Have you ever woken up in the morning, stretched your arms, and felt a little twinge in your back or hips? Maybe it wasn't painful enough to stop you from moving, but it made you pause for a moment and think, that wasn't there a few years ago. For many of us over 60, little aches and stiffness can become a daily visitor. And while we might brush them off, they can sometimes be a sign that our bones are quietly losing strength. The truth is, after 60, bone health becomes a silent but urgent priority. You don't see your bones getting weaker like you'd notice a wrinkle in the mirror, but one small misstep, one harmless-looking fall, can change your life completely. And yet, here's the good news. There's so much you can do to keep your bones strong and dependable, even now. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated regimens. What you need is consistency and a few daily habits that over time can build a powerful shield against bone loss. That's what we're talking about today. If you've ever worried about fractures, osteoporosis, or losing your independence, this conversation is for you. In the next few minutes, we're going to go over simple, science-backed habits that keep your bones dense, your posture strong, and your movement confident. And it's not about turning your life upside down. These are habits that fit into your everyday routine, gently but effectively helping your body protect itself from the inside out. Let's start with something so basic that many people overlook it: moving your body in the right way. You see, the old idea that just walking is enough for bone strength isn't the full picture. Don't get me wrong, walking is great for your heart, your mood, and your joints. But when it comes to bones, your skeleton needs more than gentle movement. Bones are living tissue. They respond to stress and impact by becoming stronger. This means you want to give them a reason to adapt. Think about light strength training, resistance bands, climbing stairs, or even simple bodyweight exercises like squats and wall push-ups. The key is controlled resistance. Movements that challenge your muscles just enough to tell your bones, hey, we still need you to be strong here. And before you picture a sweaty gym filled with heavy barbells, remember that this can be as simple as using 2 cans of soup for arm curls while watching TV, or standing up from a chair without using your hands 5 or 6 times in a row. The best part? These little movements also improve balance, which means fewer chances of falling in the first place.
Now, here's something most people don't realize. Balance is a huge part of bone health. Not because balance makes your bones stronger directly, but because it prevents the kind of falls that cause bone injuries. Imagine having a strong skeleton, but taking a bad fall because you tripped on a rug or missed a step. Bone strength and balance go hand in hand like 2 sides of the same coin. Practicing balance could be as simple as standing on one foot for 10 seconds while brushing your teeth, or trying gentle yoga poses that keep your muscles engaged and your core stable. And of course, movement alone isn't enough. What you feed your body is what it uses to maintain your bones. Which brings us to the next habit, nourishing your bones from the inside out. You've probably heard about calcium and vitamin D. They're like the bricks and mortar of bone structure. But it's not just about popping a supplement and forgetting about it. Your body absorbs calcium better when you get it from real food, paired with the right nutrients. Think dairy if you tolerate it, leafy greens, almonds, and even small fish like sardines, where you can eat the bones. Vitamin D, on the other hand, is more like the doorman that lets calcium into your bones. Without it, calcium can't do its job. You can get it from sunlight, but as we age, our skin doesn't produce it as efficiently. That's why a little intentional sunlight exposure, maybe 15 minutes in the morning, or the right foods like fatty fish and fortified products can make a real difference. Some people might also need a supplement, but it's always best to check with your doctor before starting one, just to make sure your levels are where they should be. There's also a hidden hero here: protein. Many seniors don't eat enough of it, thinking it's only important for muscles. But your bones are part protein too. Specifically a protein matrix that gives them flexibility and resilience. Without enough protein, bones can become brittle even if you're getting calcium. That's why adding an extra egg to breakfast or a serving of beans to lunch can be a quiet but powerful step toward keeping your skeleton strong. So, movement that challenges your bones, balance that protects them, and nutrition that feeds them. These three habits form the foundation of bone strength after 60. They're not about becoming a fitness fanatic or changing your entire diet overnight. They're about weaving small, intentional actions into the life you already live, so your bones quietly grow stronger while you go about your day.
But these are just the starting points, because beyond exercise and food, there are daily lifestyle choices, some so subtle we barely think about them, that can either protect your bones or slowly chip away at them without you noticing. And the sooner you become aware of them, the easier it is to make changes that really last. One of the most overlooked parts of bone health after 60 is hydration. We often think of water as something that just quenches thirst, but your bones actually hold about a quarter of the water in your body. Staying hydrated keeps the tissues around your joints flexible and helps your bones maintain their natural cushioning. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your body starts pulling fluid from less vital areas, and over time, that can leave your joints stiff and your bones less resilient. Many seniors don't feel thirst as strongly as they used to, so they end up drinking less without realizing it. The trick is to make hydration a habit, not a reaction. Keep a glass of water within reach, sip herbal teas, or even enjoy water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges. Now, hydration might be simple, but the next habit requires a little more awareness, avoiding bone-weakening habits that sneak into your daily routine. One of the big culprits? Excess salt. Too much sodium can cause your body to lose calcium through urine, slowly draining your bone bank account. The problem is, salt isn't just in the shaker, it's hidden in processed foods, canned soups, and even bread. Reducing it doesn't mean your meals have to be bland. Using herbs, spices, lemon, or garlic can bring your food to life without stealing strength from your skeleton. Another quiet thief of bone density is too much alcohol or caffeine. A morning cup of coffee is fine. In fact, coffee has its own health benefits. But 3 or 4 cups a day, combined with not enough calcium, can tip the scales in the wrong direction. Alcohol, especially in higher amounts, interferes with your body's ability to absorb the nutrients your bones need. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy a glass of wine now and then, but being mindful of your intake makes a real difference over the years.
And while we're talking about daily habits, let's not forget posture. Many people think posture is just about looking confident, but it's actually one of the most underrated protectors of bone health. Standing or sitting with a straight back engages the muscles that support your spine, which keeps vertebrae in alignment and reduces the risk of compression fractures. Over time, slouching weakens those muscles, allowing your spine to curve and putting uneven stress on your bones. The beauty is, you can work on posture anywhere, in the kitchen, while reading, or even watching TV. Just imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head upward. Roll your shoulders back and engage your core. Little adjustments like that repeated daily can change your skeletal future. Of course, even with strong posture, your bones still need one more thing. They need you to avoid long periods of stillness. In our younger years, we could sit for hours without thinking twice. But after 60, prolonged sitting sends a message to your body that your bones and muscles aren't needed as much, so they start to shrink in strength. That's why the habit of breaking up your sitting time is so important. Stand up every half hour, walk around the room, stretch, or simply shift your weight. Even small bursts of movement send a signal to your bones that says, "We're still active, stay strong." So when you put it all together, staying hydrated, protecting your bones from hidden daily threats, keeping your posture aligned, and breaking up long periods of sitting, you're creating an environment where your bones can thrive instead of quietly fading. These habits don't demand massive changes. They're more about awareness and gentle, consistent action. Still, there's one final layer to bone health that's often ignored, something that isn't about food, exercise, or posture, but about the signals your body sends when you sleep, rest, and recover. This is where many seniors unknowingly sabotage their bone strength, even if they're doing everything else right.
Sleep might not seem like a bone-strengthening habit at first glance, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools you have. While you rest, your body gets busy repairing tissues, balancing hormones, and yes, building bone. In fact, deep sleep triggers the release of growth hormone, which is essential for bone renewal. Without enough restful sleep, your bones simply can't keep up with the tiny daily wear and tear that naturally happens. For many seniors, sleep becomes lighter and shorter over the years, but that doesn't mean it can't be improved. Creating a calming bedtime routine, keeping the bedroom cool and dark, and limiting screen time before bed can all help your body slip into the kind of deep, restorative rest your bones crave. Think of sleep as your skeleton's quiet night shift. Without it, the repair crew never shows up. And finally, there's one habit that ties everything together: staying socially connected and emotionally engaged. You might be wondering, what does friendship or laughter have to do with bones? More than you might think. Chronic loneliness or ongoing stress increases levels of cortisol, a hormone that in high amounts can weaken bones over time. When you spend time with loved ones, join a walking group, volunteer, or simply share a meal with friends, you lower stress, boost mood, and encourage yourself to keep moving. Humans are wired for connection, and when we're active in our relationships, we're also more likely to be active in our bodies. The truth is, bone health after 60 isn't about any single miracle cure. It's about weaving together small daily choices that quietly add up over months and years. A few minutes of strength work, a balanced plate with enough protein and calcium, a tall glass of water, mindful posture, regular movement breaks, restful sleep, and connection with others. Each one might seem small on its own, but together they form a safety net that keeps your bones steady beneath you.
And here's the most important thing: it's never too late to start. Whether you've been active your whole life or you're only now thinking seriously about your bones, your body can still respond. Every walk, every stretch, every balanced meal is a message to your bones that says, we still need you to be strong. And your bones will listen. So as you go through your days, remember that you have more influence over your bone health than you may realize. Each choice is a brick in the foundation of your independence, your mobility, and your freedom to live the life you want. You're not just protecting your bones, you're protecting the adventures, the moments, and the people you want to enjoy for years to come. If this message resonated with you, share it with a friend who might need the reminder. Leave a comment about which habit you're ready to start today. It could inspire someone else. And if you found value here, give the video a like and subscribe so you won't miss more tips designed to keep you strong, healthy, and confident at every age. Here's to standing tall, walking steady, and living fully, no matter what the calendar says.